Hello and welcome to this video recording, which is designed to introduce you to our home teeth whitening kits, of which there are 4 to choose from. Now, if you purchase the lowest cost version of all, which contains whitening gel only, you can ignore this video, because if you bought gel only, it's presumably because you already own one or more of the items on display, and obviously you don't need to buy them again. So if you bought gel only, you can ignore this video. However, if you purchased one of the other 3 remaining kits, they'll either have all of these items if it's the ultimate kit you purchased, or some of them. So it's worthwhile continuing to watch. Now let's begin with this tray here. This is one of 2. It's the customizable version, which takes an impression of your own teeth, both the front and bottom. There are 2 separate trays, one for the top set and the other for the bottom set of teeth, and the male dentist will go into full detail about exactly how to take or how to create a personalized version of your own teeth. Now, the front of the teeth will sit and be placed just in the front section here all the way around, and the bottom of your teeth will appear in the base of both of these trays. You can easily identify the customizable version because there's a little addition of a tag just on the front, which incidentally is removed prior to use, but the male dentist will go into further detail about that. Now, if you make a mistake while customizing those trays, you'll need something else to use. So we've provided you with 2 choices, 2 alternatives. Now, there's one here in the middle, which is the softer version, and there's a firmer version over here. Now, let me tell you the difference. I mentioned that the other tray, the personalized version, is one of 2. Now, there's one compartment on this spare. Now, if I flip it over, you'll be able to see there's another compartment on the opposite side. So all the manufacturers have done is to add or join the 2 separate compartments to form one tray. They're known as Duplex mouth trays. And these are non-customizable. They're being designed in such a way that the only thing you need to do to use these is place the gel into the position I'll show you shortly and then pop them into your mouth. So these are very straightforward. And as I say, there's a softer version, this one, and its counterpart over to the right is the slightly firmer version. So I'll put that down there. This too, by the way, is a duplex. The compartments are combined to form one tray. How do you tell the difference? Well, between the 2, the firmer version, as you'll be able to see on camera, is larger. Also, it's firmer to the touch, but visually you can easily identify this because the firmer version has a bump on the front. Now, let me move to the light. It comes in 2 colors, a blue or a white version. Ignore the color, the light remains the same regardless. There's a button on the top to activate the light, and this device here fitted to the front, which fits inside the mouth and clips under the lips. Now, they come also complete with batteries. You'll access the batteries by turning the light over. There's that compartment here just at the top. Unscrew that and take the 2 batteries out to begin with, because against the battery terminal there is a circular bit of plastic which is designed to prevent the button on the opposite side being pressed during transit and activating the light, because it will then continue to drain the battery. So there's a bit of plastic to prevent that. So once you've removed the circular cap, tip the 2 batteries out, and you should see a bit of circular plastic against the battery terminal. Sometimes it sticks to the base of one of the batteries, the one next to the terminal. So So you may find it stuck on the battery. Just remove it and toss it away. And sometimes it may even fall out as you remove the batteries, but it will be there and it needs removing. So wherever it is, once you find it, toss it away, put the two batteries back into position, making certain that the plus signs, the positive signs on both batteries are facing up over. Then replace the cap and the light is ready to go with the press of a button. Now, one other thing I need to do with this light, as you may imagine, as I've described it briefly, let's just use this slightly softer version of the spare trays as an example. Let's just say the tray is in your mouth, you've pre-filled it with gel, you purchased a kit which contains a light, it goes inside your mouth, clips under the lips, and you press the button and the light shines through the plastic onto the actual gel. Now that works fine with that softer version. If you have the personalized version, once the tab is removed, the male dentist will tell you when you need to do that, but once it's removed, this too will fit flush against the trays. However, with the firmer version, the one I mentioned has a bump on the front, that will prevent the light being used if you have one in your kit. It will prevent it from going inside your mouth. Now, you can still pair the two together if you have a light and you decide you prefer to use the firmer version of the tray. The only thing is you'll need to hold it in place. So remember that if you decide to pair the two together. So that's that out of the way. Place that down here. Let's just move on to the syringe. This is one of 12 you'll find in your kit, and it contains carbamide peroxide gel. Now, with it being bleach, please be careful, take extreme care. If you drop this bleach onto furniture or a carpet, you'll end up with a bleach stain which you'll not be able to remove. Hence the reason that all of the syringes come with a default stopper there to prevent the gel accidentally leaching out. Now, to get it ready for use, there are two methods of placing the gel from the syringe into the tray or trays of your choice. One is directly from the syringe, and the other I'll come to in a second. But let's just assume you want to place the gel into the tray of your choice directly from the syringe. First of all, you're going to have to remove that stopper, which is, as I say, designed to prevent gel leakage. Just give it a bit of a twist, pull it out, pop it down, don't toss it away. You will need to replace it once the gel is in position. And now it's ready to go into whichever tray. Now, I did mention there's another way, and that brings me to this little device here. You'll find them loose in the bottom of the aluminium foil packet. There's a number of them. This will actually produce a thinner and a smaller amount of gel into the tray. What you really need to remember is the quantity of gel isn't as important as the positioning of the gel. So if you want to use this, obviously be our guest and certainly use it. It also has the added benefit by using less gel. The overall gel that you have in your kit will last longer because you're using less. So that's another good reason to use this. To use it, all you need to do is remove the stopper, which I've already done, if you want to use this filter, and then just snap it back into place. Now, this too comes complete with a stopper on the end to prevent gel leakage. You'll need to snap that off, but don't toss it away once it's removed. It has a tiny hole in it to enable you to put it back into position. Put it down and keep it. Now, I don't need to use this because do not need to place any gel physically into a tray. All I need to do is show you the all-important positioning. So I've taken the filter out. I'm going to push the default stopper back into position to prevent accidents. And let me use this firmer tray here because it's the larger of the three on display. And hopefully you should therefore be able to see a little bit clearly where I'm going to place the gel. Whichever one you use, point it up over, slightly tilted towards you at an angle twisted so you can actually see the inner surface where the front of your teeth will lie, because that's where the gel needs to be placed. Now, whichever method you've used, be it directly from the syringe or using the filter, remember I've got this stopper in place here because I'm not going to actually place any gel, but you will have removed that stopper if you want to expel directly from the syringe. Anyway, as I've just said, that's the positioning of the tray. Starting from the far side in the center, start pressing the top of the syringe and leave a single line of gel in the center. And as you get near to the near side, tilt it slightly towards you so you can see where to stop. Then repeat the exercise if you've used one of these Duplex mouth trays on the opposite compartment. Needless to say, if you've used the customizable version, then just repeat the exercise in both separate trays. Now, you're not quite finished yet. The final thing that you need to do before starting is spread that single line of gel in both compartments over all of the inner surface where the front of your teeth will lie. Now, if you place the gel there directly from the syringe, it's probably a good idea to put the stopper, which prevents gel leakage, back into position. Then you can use that to spread the gel. Be careful to avoid going right to the very top, to the very edge, because that's where your gum will be resting, so we don't want to place gel deliberately on the gum area. So virtually to the top, but not right up to the edge on both compartments. Now, if you've used the filter to place the gel in position, then just leave the filter in just exactly where it is. You don't need to put the cap back on it at this stage, but use that to start spreading the gel over the compartment. And again, don't go right to the edge. Now, whichever method you use, either the stopper or the filter, both would have peroxide gel on the end. So to prevent furniture damage, before you put the syringe down, please remember to wipe them clear of any peroxide gel that will be on the end. So apart from that, once you've done that, all you need to do is turn it that way, pop it into the mouth and bite down into the gel. One final suggestion. As the teeth go down into the gel that you've spread on the inner surface, top and bottom, then take a tissue, a dry tissue or a damp cloth, and wipe the area where the top and bottom of the tray join the gum. So you're wiping the gum as well as the top of the tray, just to remove any excess gel that might have leached over the top as your teeth have gone down into the tray. So remember to do it top and bottom. Even if you're using the customized tray, just remember to repeat the exercise where they join the gum area, and then you're ready to begin. Now, this brings me to the final section, which if you bought a kit which contains desensitizing gel, not everybody gets sensitivity. If you do, it doesn't last a huge amount of time, anywhere from 24 hours to 2 or 3 days, usually maximum. It will dissipate and gradually disappear. When you take the tray out of your mouth after having completed your whitening session and you breathe in through your mouth, if you feel any sensitivity at all, it's usually in two ways. It's either nominal to such a degree that you don't really think it's worthwhile bothering with, in which case don't bother using the desensitizing gel. There are a number of people who will not feel anything at all, no sensitivity, and obviously in that case definitely don't use this. It isn't worthwhile at all. However, there is one particular time when you may want to use this gel, and that is if you breathe in and you notice a distinctive sensitivity on the front of your teeth as the cool or cold air touches the teeth surface. Then if you feel that it's definitely is noticeable and you need to do something about it, then use this. Now, all you need to do to utilize it is use the same tray you've whitened your teeth with, wash it out to remove any residue of gel, and under hot soapy water, dry it with a towel, a kitchen towel or a normal paper towel, make certain it's dry, and then just repeating the procedure you did before. Remove the stopper from the desensitizing gel. This too comes with a stopper. There's no filter with this, incidentally. There's the actual syringe is much thinner, so it's not needed. But again, with the tray turned up over, point it slightly towards you, twist it at an angle so you can see the inner surface, put a line of gel on both compartments, whichever tray you use. Put the stopper then back into position and use the stopper to spread the gel, remembering not to go to the very top. Then again, wiping the top of the stopper before you put the desensitizing gel syringe back down, and now it's ready to use. You don't need a light with this, whether you've got one or not. Just pop it into your mouth and bite down into the gel. But just like the whitening gel, use a tissue or a damp cloth to wipe just where these trays join the gum, over the gum itself and the top of the tray, top and bottom. And then just sit with it for roughly about 10 minutes, take it out, and as with the whitening gel, just wash it under hot soapy water, dry it, and leave it ready for your next whitening session. So that's it. Any questions, you can always give us a ring. The call centre is open 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, except bank holidays.